Yo, what's up, fam? Coming with you guys with a new video today, and the conversation I guess I really want to have today is this is Skittles, my Brazilian Rainbow Boa. The conversation, or I guess the question of the day, really is: are these snakes docile? Great question. Oop. They're great climbers, I will say that. She's a baby and she already has better grip and strength than my ball python, who is already over a year old, which I find to be quite fascinating. She's interesting. I've only had her for like a little over a week now. And so just talking to other people in different groups, some people were saying that these snakes are not docile, and I don't know. I feel there are a couple of different factors that can take place into, I guess, like this discussion. So I'm not talking about wild caught. Obviously, wild caught anything is probably going to be a little bit more defensive. I feel like that just goes with the territory. If you're getting if you're buying a wild caught animal, I mean, it's more than likely going to probably be more defensive. That's just how they are, especially the whole transportation process. It's pretty intense. But when we're talking about captive bred, which is what, all my snakes are captive bred. All that means is that they're born in captivity. So like your typical breeders, right? Anyways, and so I feel like when you have like captive bred snakes, they're just better. I don't know. They're gonna be more docile. I feel personally. So I would say boas in general are super docile. I feel boas are actually more docile than ball pythons, believe it or not. I know a lot of people will probably want to give me crap for that, but that's just the truth. I have 3 boas right now, and none of my boas have ever struck at me or even hissed at me. My ball python, Bubba, has done all of those things. Hasn't physically bit me, but he's tried to bite me many times. He's way better now. He doesn't do any of that, so that's just a kind of disclaimer. But just saying, like, in the sense of like when I get a new snake, every time I've gotten a boa, all my boas have been super chill. Maybe that's just because of just me and just my system and what I do. I don't know. But a lot of people, several people today, and it's like a particular Brazilian Rainbow Boa chat or, like group, on Facebook, and people were saying just like, oh, Brazilian rainbows are not docile. Mine bites me all the time. And that's another thing too. I feel most of the time, if your snake bites you, it's probably because you're doing something wrong. Fact. Like, I just don't like, if she were to bite me right now, it's because I'm not paying attention to her. You know what I'm saying? But when you know your snake's movements, you just, I don't know, you'll know if they're gonna charge or if they're in that strike position. And there's certain techniques to kind of get out of that. Like, I'll use my other hand if they're ever in that situation, just to kind of distract them. But what I do more than anything, especially when I get a new snake, is you just move real slow. You be the tree, and you don't really see snakes bite trees. You're just a warm tree. If you're a warm tree, this is what you get. Like, the snake's very beautiful, but I'm not gonna put her so close to my face. Like, I don't know her like that yet. Even when we are comfortable with each other, I don't know if I'd ever be so comfortable with any of my snakes being that close to my face. That's just me personally. So, yeah. This discussion isn't so much of like an answer. It's just more of just my personal experience with it. And hands down, I just feel like these these snakes are super docile, hands down. Once again, if we're talking about, captive bred specifically, I can't speak for wild caught or even farm bred. Farm bred is kind of, it's like if you have a wild, to my knowledge, farm bred is like if you have a wild caught snake and you breed that wild caught snake, that's considered farm breeding. And so farm breeding, yeah, you might still get some snappy, nippy snakes, But I feel like, with a good breeder, you should be good, honestly, with captive bred. So, like I said, I just feel like, yes, these are docile animals, but you also have to, you have to be in control. That's the best way to really kind of describe it. And being in control for me is like moving slowly, right? So if I'm moving all fast and scared, I'm gonna scare her or him, whatever snake you have, right? Her specifically. But if I'm moving fast and quick and I'm nervous, whatever, she's gonna pick up on that vibe. And so I feel that's a big thing. So if you're nervous, I get it, but you gotta get over it. That's just the reality of it. Here she is. But yeah, like look at, super chill. All my snakes are super chill. And so another thing I think that kind of helps with it is blacking out your enclosure. So if you look at my enclosures, like all of them, they're all glass, but the sides and the background, there's a background and the sides are blacked out. And I really believe that this calms your snake down so much. I see a lot of videos of people who have like these like full-on open enclosures, and I think your snake is like stressed the hell out the whole day, until nighttime. And then you want to take them out, or what I'm saying, like they're charged, they're ready to kind of go. Versus they just been kind of relaxed all day. I find it to be like way easier. Even her, I've only had her for a little bit, and right there, like I was just kind of testing her, just seeing like if I put my hand in front of her face what she would do. And she was a little bit kind of like, what is this? And then she went right into it. So she's already getting comfortable. I find it to be really helpful to just black out your enclosures if you can. And so also kind of picking up on their cues. We already talked about this, but yeah, so like picking up on their cues. If you see them kind of like in a strike position, just maybe don't put your hand in their face, or don't put your face near their face. Kind of keep your body a little bit extended and just be a tree, like just let them do their thing. It usually calms them down, and once they're calmed down, they'll start moving, and you'll start seeing like tongue flicks. And when you see that, that's always a good thing. That means that they're just exploring and they're comfortable, versus if they're just like like kind of in that stance, that's usually they're nervous and they're ready to strike. So most of it has a lot to do with like kind of reading them, and you only understand that with the more practice you get. So that's just it, honestly. You just gotta practice more. But yes, to answer the question, what we started this whole conversation on, are Brazilian Rainbow Boas docile? I would say hands down yes. I've held many of them. This is not the first one that I've held, and none of them were any way, shape, or form. I mean, different clutches too, by the way. None of them were nippy, So I've held other boas, not Brazilian Rainbow Boas, but other like BCI and BCCs. Oh, it was specifically BCC, not BCI. This BCC was like hissing like crazy, and I'm holding it in the pet store, and this lady, like she's checking out, and she sees me, she hears the hissing, and she's like, where is that hissing coming from? And the dude's like, oh, the snake that he's holding. And I kind of turn around, and she's like, oh my gosh, how could you hold that thing? And I don't know, it's just a BCC. And I felt most of the time, this isn't the first time I've held a BCC, but like they, most of them would be hissing and they're bluffing. And I don't know, at that point it was a baby, so if a baby bit you, it's a cat scratch or hurt more. But here you go, here's Skittles. my baby Brazilian Rainbow Boa. And I feel like this light is not really picking up her iridescence. Her iridescence is really beautiful. So I'll show you guys another clip, kind of the cool shots that I was able to catch right before we did this video. Anyways, that does it for us, fam. Thanks for watching. So yes, if you're interested in getting a Brazilian Rainbow Boa and you're nervous about their temperament, I'd say like their temperament, hands down, it's great. I mean, like, they're super gentle. But once again, it takes experience. Like, I have experience with all my other BCIs and my ball python. So once again, experience at the end of the day helps. But I would say hands down, they're super docile. Like, I don't feel threatened or nervous holding her at all. Or any of the other Brazilian Rainbow Boas that I was holding when I was in the market of buying one. But yeah, so here she is. My girl, I love her orange. Her eyes are really cool. They're like this like really blue, cool blue color. She's just, yeah, she was awesome. So anyways, that does it. If you watch my channel, you know we always keep it positive. We wrap it up on a positive note. And so today's positive challenge of the day is to overcome a fear, right? So a fear of mine back in the day was actually owning one of these. I was nervous in the sense of their humidity. Keeping their humidity in that 90%, I felt like it was just like, wow, I don't know if I can ever do that. But once again, it's like right when I was first getting into collecting snakes, right? Anyways, long story short, positive challenge of the day is to do something that you were afraid of before and to try that. I was nervous about Brazilian Rainbows. I thought their temperament, I would get bit all the time. I thought the humidity was too much. So I was like, man, I'll put that down at the end of the road. I wish I got into these a lot sooner. And that's my whole point, is just that, like, you'll never know unless you try, right? So positive challenge, just to do something you're afraid of and let me know what it was that you were afraid of. For me, it was buying a Brazilian Rainbow Boa, and couldn't, honestly, like, she's probably the best one I have in my collection right now, honestly. I hate to say that, but it's true. I love all my snakes, but man, like, hands down, like, she's definitely the most beautiful one. Until I get my IMG. Once I get the IMG. Anyways, so thanks for watching, fam. Please like, comment, subscribe. Get more cool content. Get more of us. Get some cool swag. Make sure you check it out. Anyways, that does it, fam. We're chilling. About to put her back up, I think. Anyways, have a great night. Blkhippiee loves you. Blkhippiee out. Peace.